All right. Welcome everybody to another exciting video. This is Chess with Luton Fazwe, and you are chilling with me, your boy Luton Fazwe. Chess with Luton Fazwe is my thoughts, my interpretation, my journey, my experiences, my understanding with regards to that game of chess and everything that is in between. Everything in between involving politics, involving the growth of particular players. Where are we lacking? And where can we improve? Are we improving? Are we, lacking? Are we going in the right direction? It's my thoughts. It's my thoughts. Please do not shoot me after these videos and say, "Hey, there's that guy." You know, these are just my thoughts with regards to the game of chess and everything in between. If you are hearing some drizzling in the background, that's the rain. It's a cold day today. It's a cold day today. It is Tuesday morning, and in Cape Town it's raining. So, yeah, I'm offering my own opinions with regards to these matters. I'll be talking today about the national head coach position, and I'm hoping that this won't be taken sort of as a critical video where I am criticizing, but rather where as a player I am offering my sentiments and opinions with regard to the matter. Yes, this morning I was looking at the game of Charlton Mnyasta, and I was trying to search for whether we do have a new game from him. Unfortunately, we only have um, yesterday's game still available. I will just play the game without actually analyzing it so that people can see how he did there. I mean, yeah, first of all, kudos to him for the fact that he has made it this far. He is not only now, standing at the center stage of the country, but he's standing, in the center stages of the world as well. So we are very happy that he has made it thus far. I mean, this is incredible. And unfortunately, in this game, he had a rough start, but we do believe that in the subsequent games to come, he will be having a much more better performance. So, yeah, as you can see, he had lost a rook, and then after that, he resigned in this position. So, yeah, playing against a strong player, by the way, so much understandable. So, yeah, a very, very, very good game, excellent, But yeah, it's still a very open and a broad tournament because the top 80 players are players that are above 2,000, as was pointed out in another video, Chess and Wine. So I think that he should be able to get, some ratings. We should be able to get some ratings there. National head coach position advertised by Chess South Africa. Let's jump into it. Let's jump into it and not waste further time. In fact, let me pull it out because I think I do have it here on the screen. Just send it to the top. This is the national head coach position. And in particular, we want to park our cars at point number 5.3, where it says that this position is a volunteer position and no remuneration is offered, basically, which means there is no salary that you are getting, there's no money that you are getting for the position. But let's start it at the beginning. I'm going to read 1.1 and then I'm going to skip to, bullet number 2. So it says Chess South Africa is seeking a dedicated, highly experienced and skilled national head coach for Chess South Africa to lead the national chess teams to success and promote the growth and development of chess in South Africa. Then we skip because the others are talking about the due date. It's talking about, he has to be a key member of the executive board. But let's go to point number 2. What are the responsibilities of the national head coach? So 2.1 says he's going to be nationally coaching the team, national team coaching, lead and coach the national chess teams, men, women, youth in international tournaments and championships, develop and implement a coaching strategy to achieve success in international competitions. Point number 2, talent identification and development. Point number three, coaching and training. Design and deliver coaching and training programs for national team players. I think that's a very important point. 2.4, executive board member. 2.5, stakeholder engagement. Build and maintain relationships with key stakeholders. And then 2.6 talks about the budgeting and the financial management. Financial management. A very, very huge demand in terms of the person who has to fill in this position. So, what do I think in general of the national head coach? I think that these considerations, the fact that Chesa is considering this position, is a very good idea. It's a very, very, very good idea. Um, it is time that we thought in the direction of having some structure in terms of the way that we do chess. For example, if we were to take Charlton Mnyasta and we ask ourselves, how did he get to crack the rating of 2100? You might just discover that Charlton did this on his own. He had no type of direction in terms of how he is to get to these top levels. I know that he worked a bit with international master Watu Gomese, but I don't think that it lasted a long time, so yeah, it was a good, it was a good run. But in terms of the national body and the responsibility of the national body in taking care of the players which crack these top ratings, what are they doing in order to make sure that we maintain these players at these particular ratings? I think that, national head coach screams to say that we are now thinking in the right direction. We need to be producing grandmasters. I mean, we have been in chess now for a long time. And our first grandmaster, I believe, when did we produce him? In 2012 or something like that. But, we've been around for a long time. And our track record is supposed to show that we are serious with the business of chess. We cannot be having one grandmaster still, so I think that this is a good idea. you know um, we need direction in chess coaching at the highest level. So for example, I'll just make an example, and hopefully this individual might not have an issue with me sharing this, but there was somebody who was who was in close contact with a grandmaster, and apparently they were going to launch a program here in South Africa. I'm not sure what's still going on there, but perhaps there might be still discussions. But it was something set to launch, say, last year or the beginning of this year, where some talented individuals in South Africa would actually be coached at the highest level by a person who has a very high ranking profile, ranging from developing the talents of working with Karpov as a second, working with Kasparov. I'm not going to reveal who the player is because it might just give some insights as to who was busy with these talks. So yeah, I was excited when he was sharing this news with me, saying that this is the direction that we are moving in. But unfortunately, of course, it was a huge undertaking, as it needed a lot of financial muscle so that we may be able to get there. So um, yeah, I say that to say that that direction is good. We are thinking in the right direction when we are saying that we need somebody who's going to be leading the national chess team and developing young talent. My only issue with this is that if remuneration is not offered, then that means that first of all, this consideration is very haphazard. I used that when I commented on Chess and Wine, and I used that when I also commented on chess nonsense and analysis with regards to some of these issues. I used the word haphazard, and I thought yesterday that I should just go and research what does this word haphazard actually mean. So haphazard means it lacks any obvious principle of organization. In other words, there is no thought that has been invested behind this type of position. Why do I believe that it is haphazard? Consider this example just quickly. Here is the national head coach who has accepted this position. Let's assume, for example, that this is a coach by profession. So therefore, he has this profile and he is coaching in one end. Suppose, for example, because coaching in South Africa relies on the coaching of schools and your group session coaches and your individual coachings. So therefore, this guy is reliant on coaching beginners for a living, is reliant on coaching your advanced players perhaps online for a living, intermediary players, if I can put it that way. So yeah, so here he has this coaching system which he has to do so that he can make a living, because he has a family, he has a car, he has a bond, he has people that he has to take care of, so that he can make sure that he has a good livelihood. Then on the other side, he has this national head coach position where he has to develop the juniors and the youth and the people who are responsible to represent us as a country. And here this guy goes, oh yeah, my main issue is I have to develop beginners so that they may be able to play chess for the school, since this is my bread and butter. But oh yeah, this is another task that I have. And in this task, I have to develop these juniors so that they can become the, the prodigies of, South Africa. You can already see from that discussion that his main job will be the development of beginners and intermediaries, but his side job is going to be the development of the national chess youth body in terms of how they play in international events. You can already see that this guy will have a conflict of interest, and his interest is going to go in a direction which is not for this national head coaching position. So he is going to be having the national chess coaching position as a side job. And I think that that is not a very good idea. So if we are doing this, let's do it properly. Let's do it properly. Let's give the person the remuneration that they need so that the attention of the person may be only solely on this national head coaching position. So yeah, one of the thoughts that were offered in terms of what should be done then with regards to this national head coaching position, was that it should be scrapped altogether. I think that's what came out in Chess Nonsense and Analysis. But I think that yeah, I also agree with those sentiments. However, I'm also, sort of thinking about what might be perhaps the reason why this national head coaching position was put in place in the first place, considering that, we have people who are high profiled and they might have thought of these, ideas as well. So why proceed still? Might it be that, there's a sponsorship that is um, on the cards, say lotto or some type of remuneration? Might it be perhaps that this is something that's beginning at the grassroots, but eventually it will grow into this type of giant structure, which is much more organized and offers remuneration and can help the players in terms of their finances? Might it be that it's growing in this direction? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the reasons why this was offered, and it would be good if the Chester body would just give us clarity on with regards to these matters. But they don't owe us these type of clarifications. So yeah, but I feel that it could be a good move. It could be a bad move at the same time, because I'm familiar with the fact that for example, here, let's take the Western Cape. There was a tournament which was organized, which is called the Junior League, and it was organized last year. But when it was organized, there was a lot of conflict with regards to it and how it was, a bad idea, and that it was out of place. but the president actually just continued organizing the tournament and said, okay, those who want to be in the tournament should be in the tournament. Those who don't, they don't. And yeah, that's simple. And when it happened, round one, there were a few clubs, and yeah, but the round was a huge success. And when the second round had happened, then we saw that a lot of people actually joined into this tournament. First of all, it was a rapid event. Second of all, it was a 1 day event as well. So schools and clubs also joined into this event, and it was a fun event. It was a great tournament. Um, so there's room for growth with regards to things that are new. So we must not just quickly criticize and say that it's not a good idea. I think that there is some muscle that is required behind these positions, but you might find that this year it might be without remuneration, but next year perhaps things might change. So I'm thinking with regards to that. So I think that generally, we are basically thinking now in the right direction, but I should also, submit that we should also sort of study the other bodies to see how did they succeed in their endeavors to get their coaching system on point. For example, the Russians, how did they develop the Soviet school of chess? And how can we, develop our own school of chess in South Africa? The Indians, how are they, producing the grandmasters that we are seeing that are coming to the fore now? You know, um, the Americans, how are they getting, your Nakamuras? How are they getting your Caruanas and all these, players that we so love dearly, and how the Chinese as well are doing it. Your Juan Juns and your, now Ding Liren, even though he, London meeting too, but okay, yeah, school comes first, guys. School comes first. So yeah, how are these guys um, doing doing it? So we have to study these models and sort of come up with a model that is going to work for the South African person. And not only that, I know that these things require a lot of financial backing. We are now sitting on a gold mine, unfortunately, as a country. Load shedding, metro rail, transnet, all these systems that we had, South African Airways, that are not working anymore or have been sold to the private sector. Okay, so where do we rely with regards to our financial backing? But I mean, there's other things that are coming up as well. Your BRICS alliance, and the fact that now South Africa is not buying corn from the Americans, but is buying corn from Russia, etc. Can we not utilize these places so that we may be able to have our financial backing? Is there no way that in terms of chess we can develop our relationships between Russia, develop our relationships between China, develop our relationships between India as well, which are the three major arms of chess as well, in terms of power, and also now are struggling for power in terms of this BRICS alliance against the other nations as well. Can we not utilize these type of environments so that we may be able to have a systematized program of chess development in South Africa? Those are my thoughts with regards to the matter. What is your take? Share your comments and your thoughts with regards to whether this national head coach idea is actually a good idea. You can share those on Chess with Luton Fazwe. Send your voice notes, and on Thursday we will be playing those and having a review with regards to this topic. I think this is a very important topic, and I think that the South African players should have a opinion with regards to this. I think I saw a comment on Chess and Wine, on Chess Nonsense and Analysis, which said that chess players like to overanalyze, and there's a lot of benefits conferred by being by volunteering for such positions. And you can ask anybody who is high profiled, and they will offer their opinions with regards to the matter and how they've benefited from volunteering for such positions. Well, I leave that to you. So, yeah, submit those voice notes, man, so that we can have, a discussion. Chess is not something that belongs to, the corporate bodies of chess, or the chesser bodies, the presidents, the executives. It belongs to the players as well. So it would be good that we have, this discussion. Anyway, that's all from Chess with Luton Vazwe. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and to subscribe as well. And I will see you guys again on the flip side. Peace, peace, peace.